everybody. How are you on this beautiful Wednesday morning? It is Wednesday, and I am live on the Tessa-Marie. Welcome to the Tessa-Marie Show. Today, we are talking about consistency. Hi, Loretta. Hi, Ryan. Good morning. We're talking about consistency today and the importance of consistency. The thing about that is it is important for people. Hi, Kia, how are you? One of our big things in life is the ability to start. Hello, Stacy. Welcome back. Hope Danny's feeling better, and so are you. It is lovely to see all of you. So our word today is consistency. Now, I wrote about consistency. I do a lot with consistency, and I'm really diligent about being consistent. So that's why today I thought, what a nice topic that came to me at 6:08 this morning. That was early for me to get what I needed to write for today. So the month has changed. The time changes also. You're constant. Be constant. Hi, Juliana. Hi, Georgie. How are you? Great to see you, Stacey, even for a second. What you guys have to remember is that the morning blessing is an open spot. You show up when you're driven to show up. You show up because you know you're going to live there with a thought, with a wonderful thing in your mind. Hey, Juliana, it's thank you for you to show up, because Georgie, you too. Hi, Lisa. Thank you, guys. Because I know you all have such important things in your life. But showing up for the morning blessings is a choice you're making. And it's important to me that you made the choice. I'm very happy that you choose to come and spend that little time with me, which is half an hour. So those of you who did trick or treat last night, hi, Lisa. Congratulations. I did it last night. And my son calls me at 10 to 6 and said, are you doing it? He does that every year since he left home. It's like he thinks I would stop doing this. But what he said to me once, the reason why I called for you to do it, because as a kid, when we went trick-or-treating and we came to a house in darkness, it was so disappointing. So I do not want other kids to ever have that. I said, okay, fine, but I always do it anyway. I am consistent. I do not change certain things that it's not a custom in the islands to celebrate that. They celebrate like Guy Fawkes. And around this time, anyway, they're busy celebrating the discovery of Dominica and independence and all of that and all the partying and everything. Then they go right into days, All Saints, and tomorrow is All Souls, and all of that happens. So, but I am here. This is the country I'm in. So I picked up some of the good habits or the good things they have in here that I can use. I will not smoke because it's not something women did where I came from. When you smoked as a woman, you were looked upon as if you were a prostitute. So that was the way it was when I grew up. So all of the other habits and traditions that makes us uniquely Canadian, I use them. And because of that, I brought my children up in the same way. They had to skate, they had to do everything Canadians do, to give them the opportunity to have an edge. I never kept them back from having that edge. And it's really important that we always do that. Whether if it's a grandchild or a child, make sure that you give them the edge, because that's sometimes all they need to hold on to this. Treats for the kids, it nourishes the child in me. It does. And some of the kids were so funny. One came and he had a big box he was standing in, but his mom was at the bottom of the stairs with his bags. And there were other kids rushing behind him. So anyway, let us get into what is consistency. Consistency is showing up. It came to me this morning, and I'm thinking, well, why consistency? I don't normally ask why, but consistency. It's not something I lack at all. I am consistent. I do what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it, regardless of what's going on. I am the person that don't care whether the world is falling apart. As long as the sky hasn't hit me and knocked me down, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I am always determined, consistent. Hi, Yuko, good morning. Other people's opinions do not affect my decisions at all. I do it continually like that. And of course, on the way doing this, you're going to ruffle feathers. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose people that want to look at your life, but they don't like the you that has been developed because you changed a little, because your thinking has changed. You give more than you take from others, and you know that you do not get back from what you give. You have to believe when you give and you donate or you do those things that your receiving comes from a higher power, and that is just how it works. So the givers will always give, and the receiving to the givers comes from an unending source. So that's why you always have more than you need when you're a constant giver. So here I am with my consistency. The month has changed. The time changes on the weekend for us. So it's constant. This was Halloween. It's always Halloween on the 31st. No matter, it always, unless they want to do it on a Friday. But it happened to fall on a Tuesday. And they did that. It was consistent. So we do not doubt that Halloween is going to be tonight. We know for sure it is the 31st. And we get prepared for it. I always get really upset when my friends came rushing on Christmas Eve to go shopping. It's my sister-in-law. She called. And so the adopted brother, Roland, his wife, Bev, she called, and he's in the background, don't go. It's Christmas Eve, and she wants to go shopping. She can't drive, but she has to get somebody, and that's years ago. So I listened to her, and I said, sure, I'll take you shopping. And then I took her, and she has this list, but not one store, 3 or 4 stores. So I took the list, I cut them in half, and I said, I'll do this, you're going here, I'm going there. I dropped her off. Anyway, to bring it short, when we got back in the car, my brother is still screaming when I opened the door to help her bring the things in. He will not help. And he looked at me and said, did Christmas change this year? I'm thinking, is he going mad? I could see his eyes were bulging out of his head. He said, it's always on the 25th of December. So why does this woman always wait on the 24th of December to begin? It's constant. It's the same day. It's consistency. It shows up the same day. It doesn't show up 10 days later. It doesn't show up. It doesn't change. It is constant. So consistency is making sure. Hi, Teddy Smokes. Oh, that's an interesting name. So consistency is making sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do every day. Now, when I talk of consistency, I'm not saying that it has to be big and long and hard, difficult. No. All of that becomes long and hard and difficult when it's not consistent. So when you're doing things, so as I write, I let it flow. I do not let it go. I write longhand and cursive to that. So I have to see what, Georgie, I love you, Tessa-Marie. You're inspiring me to be the best version of myself. Thank you there. I love you all. Have a great day. Oh, you have to go. Need to go on a virtual doctor. Okay, have fun, sis. Hope you're feeling great. Your brother sounds like my dad with the logic. He would get on my mom for doing things like that. So I come from a family where we prepare. We always prepare. And that is just how my life has always been. And I have taken it through. And it just works that way for us. And that is hard to ask someone to do that. So we know the months change. But there are things that we are constant until our last breath. That's, we are constant. So in writing, my mind went to a place I love to go. And I don't know, but this is what it said. Being like Niagara Falls, what does it do? It flows. It flows, it must flow, because this is its job. It is responsible to flow, so it does just that. It flows. Do whatever you have to do. Stop. Do not stop, because as you notice, Niagara Falls does not stop because there are less tourists. And it does not stop. It did not stop during COVID. No, it did not. This tells you that your only responsibility is to do what you're supposed to do and do it all the time. If you weren't able to speak, when you learn to speak, you never shut up. But you do it all the time. So why do we not be like Niagara Falls? All of us know for sure Niagara Falls did not stop flowing because there were less tourists in the winter or summer. It flows. That is its job. It's flowed all through COVID, even if nobody was there. So when you have to do something, when somebody does something and I say I admire them for doing it, it's not that I admire it, I admire their guts or admire the thinking. And it's not always in a positive way. I see it and I go, so I am here to watch you, to listen to you, and you are telling me, hold on, let's wait for more people to come so I can start. Good morning. So you're telling me I'm not important. You're not consistently starting at 7:59. I show up at 7:59. Even if I'm gulping some water before I start speaking, I show up at 7:59. What I know for sure is being constant is the most amazing thing you can do for yourself. Even waking up, people who tell me they sleep on the weekend because they didn't get sufficient sleep, it still leaves them rushing. They have to rush because they still need to do certain things on the weekend. The consistency is to do what you're supposed to do at the same time every day. If you wake up on the weekend and you do certain things and then there is a lull, you can take a nap. Even at work, your lunchtime, you can close your eyes. So the thing is the consistency that makes things happen. It's not here today and gone tomorrow. It's not like that. Niagara Falls stops flowing. Can you imagine what would happen? And that is what it is. I wake up at 4:15, 7 days a week. And when I get up, I do what I'm supposed to do. But on Saturday and Sunday, there is less for me to do because I do not have to get ready for this. So I take that time to do other things. And I always try to sneak in a nap for 20 to 30 minutes with a timer so that I wake up at that time. So consistency is what gives you the edge. A person learning to skate, you will fall, you will stumble. I remembered when I was learning, because I had high energy, I had to do it to make sure my children understood that. And I wouldn't stop. The point of it is not stopping because you bruise your knee. Is realizing, hey, hold on. I need the edge. I have to have this. And, the thing is, when I said you weren't able to speak, it was difficult. Did you stop? Did you not just continue? You will have to continue. You must not do things that keeps you back. So what is a seed? There are two types of seeds. There is the seed of regret. Once you plant the seed of regret, they will grow and itch you and nag at you because they want to know why you didn't let them grow the way they were supposed to grow. Doing what you decided to do or deciding not to do is going to give you results. There is always going to be a result. So, doing what you're supposed to do, right? So you're supposed to show up and do something. You're supposed to do something. And you leave it, you put it off, you walk away. I'm not doing this today. And next day becomes easier to say I'm not going to do it. That is what is the slight edge to success. Contentment is a lovely feeling. Satisfaction is even more amazing. So you are satisfied that you did it and you feel good. You had a to-do list and you said 15 minutes to clean my kitchen counter or whatever, or to do this or the bathroom, or even to get your clothes in order. 15 minutes. Time yourself and see how much you can do in 15 minutes. The point is to do the 15 minutes. If you do not do the 15 minutes, the next day you will have to do 45 minutes, 30 minutes, or maybe 20 minutes. Are you going to do that? Because consistency gives you success. Success comes not only because you did it, it comes in a feeling. It's a feeling that matters. It's how you feel that matters. I have seen people who had planned to do certain things. And when it was done, every time they thought of it, they would suck on their teeth. Like, because it's an itch. It's bothering them in their mind. And they're saying, like that. Have you found yourself doing that? It's much better, though, to have the other experience, which you also have had. Great, I feel good, I did this. That's what you're looking for. It's always the feeling, how you feel. Does it make you feel good that you succeeded, that you did this? And that is what that matters. As I said, you cannot not do it and expect to win. It's an edge. And it's a choice. You do it or you don't do it, you're going to have a result. Which of the two results are you seeking? Which of the two results will make you feel better? Which of the two results will push you forward? Which will give you satisfaction, contentment, and a feeling of peace and enjoyment? What? You can walk away. I did this. And that is one of the things we all have to strive to do. One comes with consistency and patience. That's the other thing. You're doing something. Where is your patience? You're doing something. Why aren't you not being patient? Take your time. They have a feeling that they say in the Caribbean, you rush the brush and you're going to get dabbed. So you're painting and you're rushing. Of course you're going to get paint all over you. Right? So what do? You take your time and you realize Rome wasn't built in a day, but they destroyed it in a day. So you have to realize you have to build it, you must do it. My nose is itching again today. Build it, you must do it. And that is one of the things you have to do. To get it there, you have to do it. It's when you turn your back and you go and you're walking from what you succeeded at that you feel great. I did this. I worked on it. I stayed on the course. It was hard. It was difficult, challenging. But I held on and I came to the finish line. And that is what is important. The other comes with no consistency or patience. You're not patient. You're not consistent. You want the answer now. You want to point and click. And we all know what point and click can do to our bills, right? You point and you click too much, you have a big credit card debt. So I like to throw in money with it. There is something many people do not know. If you have unending money and you don't care how you spend it, when you spend it, then that's okay to pay the bill. But because you can have money to pay your bill one time, you cannot tell a person that is younger than you, that doesn't have a lot of money, or charge everything and pay it off at the end of the month. They hear that advice and they think, well, my mother, my aunt, somebody I know is doing this, but it's not working for them. It cannot work for them because, you see, they do not have the cash flow you do. So to tell a person to do that, they will rush and do that. But you take your time. Be patient and explain to them that it's the consistency of doing it slowly that will help you to grow your money. $1 here and $1 less spent in the dollar store. $1 spent frivolously and $1 harnessed and put away will give you the base so that when you get older, you will have that money to spend as you please. Give them the full story. Don't just let them think that it comes like that. Do not say you save 10% of your income. For them, it's not possible these days. Save as much as you can, maybe $5, and save that, and never stop saving the $5. That's what is, there is the magic. And it took one of my brothers 18 years to realize the advice I gave him 18 years ago. If he had held on to it, he would have been so much better. And he is coming to me to complain. And of course, with the memory, I said, I told you to put $20 aside every week. Have them do it for you automatically. 3 days later, you came to me, you said you told it to your wife. And she told you that saving little, in her way she said it, little savings is no savings. And I guess you took the advice. And she's a nurse, and I'm a financial planner. I cannot tell her how to stab a person with a needle that they do not hurt in their bum to give them an injection. But she cannot tell me at all what to do with $1. That I know for sure. So come to me now to ask me to help you is not going to work. I did not come here to do for you what you wouldn't take your time and your consistency and your patience to do. I came to do it for me. Consistency is going to the bank and saying, take the $20. Every Thursday I get paid, take $20. You have 52 weeks times 20. It's not a lot, but when you put 18 years to it, it's a hell of a lot. 18 years later, you're looking for it and you do not have it. That's the choice. That's the slight edge. To do or not to do gives you results. Choose. It's challenging. It's difficult to get to do something. Everything is challenging. Nowadays, you do not have to go to sit at the bank like I had to do in 1969. Sit at the credit union, have my lunch and the soup, and this little white-haired lady is there taking an hour to fill out the forms, no computer, and get $3.50, a raise we just got every 6 months. We got $3.50 raise from the government and put it to save. And it's consistency. Consistency is everywhere in our life. You eat consistently the same food that's not good for you, you're going to get a result. You're going to gain weight, or you're going to get high blood pressure, or you consistently take stress and make it part of your life. It's going to affect your body physically and then emotionally. You consistently let somebody tell you what to do and you follow that, knowing fully well, hey, when somebody knows less than you and you know they know less than you and you know what they're saying to you, watch it. And obviously, my brother didn't get that part of the lesson from my dad. He didn't. But what I'm trying to say, consistency works on both sides of the coin. Consistently believing that you can do it and do it and do it and holding on to the belief, I can get this done. I have to hold on. And you always know, we all know, just as you're going to win the race, it gets a little bit more challenging because it is certainly much darker before dawn. It is. And that is the lesson that life gives us. Before the dawning of the day, it gets dark, like there is no hope. But that doesn't say the sun doesn't say, oh yeah, it's so dark, I am not going to shine today. Hi, Azim. The sun does not say that. The sun says, my job is to shine. My job is to show up. No matter if the clouds and the rain and the snow and the sleet and the wind is blowing, I still have to show up. They might cover me, but my job is to show up. So the minute they're off the guard, I get in and I shine and I blaze. That's what it is. Its consistency has patience and doing it every day, knowing that one of these days it will get better. Believe in it, because consistency is letting the bank take your $20 or your $10 every week. And if last December you did not have $1 to spend to give your person you really liked a gift, this year you have $520 because you saved $10. And then just leave it there. Somebody said to me, I think I told you guys, I am not going to save any money. A young, strapping man, I went to do a workshop, and a young man from Ukraine. And he's in Canada, so he thought, I think they told him the streets of Canada are paved with gold. But they forget to say you need a pickaxe to break the concrete to find the gold. Consistently hitting this thing with a pickaxe, eventually you find the gold. He said, I only get a 1.67. So he said he's not going to save because he only gets 1.67. And I looked at him and I said, you're so blessed. that you get 1.67%, I need to know what bank is paying you that, because I don't know of any one of them doing that. So that's why I'm not saving. I'm going to use all my money. Fine. Then what? That is a choice, right? Then the person that is going to save that $10 is also making a choice. So you see, it's the slight edge. One will get the result at 60, and one will have a result at 60. One will still believe it's not enough. And one will say, I worked for it, I did it. You might say you worked hard, and that's okay. That's how you felt. I always say I worked with a purpose. It was what I desired I worked to get. How I wanted to be, I worked to get. What it was, whether it was hard or not hard, did not matter to me. My point was what I desire, I must get it. And the only way to get it is to do what I'm supposed to do. The only time I question the bank is if they didn't pay me on a Thursday, then they would hear my voice. What they asked me to do, I had no question. You want me to file and you're paying me all that money, and a $10 filing person can do it? Knock yourself out. Because that's what I am here to do it, and I have to do it constantly so I can build and have my purposeful, what I want. So if you want to drink or have drugs forever, you're going to get those results. If you can restrain, have some, and don't have it, you're going to get results. The point of life, good morning, Amma. The point of life, oh, good afternoon, not yet. Good morning. The point of life is to consistently do the thing that you know that will bring you the success you're looking for. Showing up when you're supposed to show up. You have to be like Niagara Falls. You have to show up whether there are tourists or whether COVID and there's not one tourist in town. You have to show up. One of the things you have to do for sure is show up and be consistent. Because nobody comes to watch you speak, you're going to leave. I have gone to a workshop I was paid to do, and there was one person there. And the lady said, you don't have to stay. I said, well, my job is to show up. These people that paid you to be here and that are not here is none of my business. I came and this person is here. I'm going to do with them. So I sat close to this man and with pen and paper, I taught him. I taught him what he was supposed to do to be, and I gave them the full hour and a half because that was my responsibility. So I cannot choose to speak at 8 with energy because there are 9 of you, 20 of you, and then when one person, Lisa or the Lisas or Loretta or Stacy or you cook shows up, or whoever, Azim, all of you, one of you, I go, okay, so guys, no, that's none of my business. My job is to stay there and be consistent. I am Niagara Falls. It doesn't matter. I am the sun. It doesn't matter whether the clouds are out. My job is to come out and do my best. And that is what consistency is. But all consistency gives you is an edge. It allows you to have a slight edge. It allows you to be just more powerful. You live it. You feel it. Consistency makes you feel, I did it. The other way is sucking on your teeth and saying, oh, every time you pass in that room and you see that, every time you go to the bank and you have no money, and then it's 10, 18 years later, like my brother, and looks at me and said to me, man, I need help. Man, and I had to go back there because it's no point you keep helping somebody that refuses to help themselves. If you have the direction how to get there, use the direction. Stay on top of what you desire. The work that you do is not a job, it's a purpose. Why are you doing it? Consistency, and if you know your why, you will be consistent. Why are you doing it? What are you looking for? What do you want out of this? Do you want 18 years later to tell me that $1,040 a year, right? a little bit of interest, increasing it by $5 a year to by 25 for 18 years. Next is 30, next is 35, and you continue like that. And by the 18 years later, he would have had maybe $40,000, $50,000. Instead, he had nothing. Again, he did not take into consideration compounding. You pound it, and you put it. And again, you take advice from somebody who knows less than you or who knows nothing about what you need to do. And you believe because their voices are louder and their attitudes are more stressful and pushy that they know better. It's not always the case. You know what you're looking for. You know where you want to be, and you are not there. And you have the plan to get there. Your job is to be like Niagara Falls. No matter who comes to hear her, see her, feel her, admire her, look at her grandeur, look at her as one of the 7 wonders of the world. And it's a 7th wonder of the world. And it says, I'm going to flow. No matter what, I'm going to flow. And that is so minuscule, standing next to Niagara Falls, choosing to say, I've done enough. I'm walking away. I do not want to do it anymore. That is where we fail. That is how we lose. And that is how we lose the side edge. So as I said, your answer, look around you. Choose to stay on your own journey, no matter what. Look around you. And if you are not sure, look at the people that you desire to be like, because you can't be them. You are unique, and so are they. But you can learn from their consistency, from their way they do things. Whatever you must do, you have to do 2 things to it. You have to do your best, and you have to consistently do it. And every time you do it, make sure you can walk away saying, I did my best. And that alone is enough, because that's the feeling you'll get. So here we are, consistency. So guys, I must say thank you to Kia, and Amma, and Nancy, Yuko, Georgie, Lisa, Ryan, and Loretta. Thank you, wonderful, amazing, and beautiful people. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today with you and to bring you the morning blessings. But let me see, I know you guys had a comment. I've been allotting time for tasks throughout the day to get things done, and it works. Thanks to you for the suggestion. Everything needs time, and everything needs their own time. So you have to make sure you do what you're supposed to do. So, because look at here. Every week, Tessa giving me another challenge, 25, 21, 25. Yeah, well, you should have, you must say why you have that challenge, really. Yuko had premium on YouTube, and she was enjoying it. And one of her sons said to her that, why pay for that? If all you have to do is just skip the ads. So she said, great idea. I will save $21.95, whatever it was. So she is telling this to me. So then I listened and I said, oh, so that's nice. So I said, what did you do with the money you saved? Silence, no answer. Like Tom, no answer. Well, that was what it was. So I said to her, well, if you have an expense and you cut it out because you want to save money, then you must save the money. So she said to me, well, I just put it in, it goes grocery. I said, well, you didn't save it, did you? Because when you were paying for it, you were still buying grocery. So you just let it fall in the sieve. That's what you did. So if you are cutting an expense because you no longer need it, or you want to value your money more, then to really see the result is to put it away. Harness it. The thing about money is that money is something that needs to be harnessed. If you do not harness your money, it will go away. It will just go away because the world wants it. And so do you. Again, it's all about consistency and the slight edge. The world wants it, you want it. Who is going to win? I am not saying you get nothing for your money. I'm not saying that. But if you cannot tell me as a planner what you did with the money, it really nags me. I still want to know, what did you do? And you cannot get off that. If you haven't got an answer, then you have to say, I need to know. What did I do? I saved $21.95 a week because she had to break down other things. There's 2 things she had to put together. And it came to now she knows she has to do that. And I know exactly what it is. But it's almost $100. And she does that more on top of what she's doing. When a time comes for her to go on a vacation, she can go upper. She can go higher. You know, when you go on a cruise or when you go on one of those tours, you have a choice. The price you see is here. And there's another $1,500 brings you there. But I have done it. And I know the $1,500 is really better. And it's important. So you have to decide what it is you want. And you look at $21.95 on your figure. It's really not a lot of money. But that's my brother and his $20. Where do you want to be? Make a choice. Have a wonderful and amazing day. Thank you for coming, all of you beautiful people. Take care. Love you. See you tomorrow morning. And I'll see you. Have a great day. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye.